exercise, I've put together an exercise program for you to do. You can do it as slow as you like, you can do as many repetitions as you like. It's all guide. I hope that will help. This exercise is called a balance with one knee in the air. So what I'd like you to try and do is stand on one leg, stabilise, lift your knee up, and basically just trying to keep good posture, keep your body as still as possible. The higher you get your knee, you'll see that you're obviously going to wobble from side to side. Try and stay centralised. This knee here, the higher it goes, the more work you'll get through your top quad, the more you'll get through your left glute and obviously left quad, and trying to stabilise and balance there. So the idea will be to see how long you can hold on one leg. When you're done with one, try the other side, and then see if you can do a couple each side until you get a nice workout through, as I say, your glutes, your quads, and overall working on your balance. This exercise we want to work on having a straight leg out in front. So we're going to stabilise through our glutes, through our lower leg, lifting this leg up as high as we possibly can. Try and hold that up. Again, stabilising through your shoulders, chin nice and straight, and eventually again you'll get soreness through your quad, through your bum, and again practicing and working on your balance. Okay, this exercise we want to try and go laterally. So if we can stand on one leg, draw the pressure through this leg with a slight bend, with the other leg out to the side, keep it as straight as you can, and just work on lifting that up to the highest point you can. Now the higher that goes, the more pressure you're going to get down through the side here of your leg, and obviously through your glutes. Meanwhile, this leg's working again through your quad, through your glutes, and we're trying to stabilise as high as we can for as long as we can. Then we'd swap sides, try again, same deal. Just have a couple of goes each side and see how you go at building and working on your balance and your strength. This exercise is a hamstring lengthener, and it enables your hamstring to get some strength through a dynamic motion. So when we think about hamstring stretching traditionally, trying to hold a stretch where we're static and holding that stretch down and get a lengthening through that slowly, that's fine and well for just getting some length over time. But if we're more dynamic where we're running, walking, or playing sport, we're going to need that hamstring muscle to shorten and lengthen back and forth, back and forth. So this exercise, if I turn sideways to the camera, is to stabilise on the one leg and balance. With this second leg, we want to kick it up slowly with a swing, bring it back down just behind our other leg, and swing again. Now whilst we are doing that, gradually this hamstring is going to get longer and longer, and your leg therefore will get higher and higher the more repetitions that you do. And I'd like you to try and aim for doing one set of 5 as a minimum, but ideally I'd love to see you do 20. Now when you're doing that, you're going to get a lot of pressure through the other leg that's stabilising for you, so again more strength and more balance, and meanwhile that hamstring is going to get a lot of lengthening and shortening. This exercise is called tick-tock. So all we're going to try and do is go out one side as high as we can, out the other side, and just consistently practice getting as much height as you can through your leg to the side, anywhere between 5, 10, 15, even 20 each leg, and that's going to again give you a lot of work and stability through your glutes, your quads, and again even your groins just opening up through there gives you a little bit of lengthening through there. Really good for your balance and great for your strength. Alright, this is a great way to practice and make sure that when you do a squat that you do it properly and you do it well. When I'm on my knees, it forces me, if I want to have any level of bend through my hip region, I have to bend and put my bum down to my heels. Then I push up nice and firm through my glutes, stretch my quads, and get up nice and tall. Now what that does is it enables us to move forward to doing a squat properly. So I'll take that, your exercise here is just to practice getting 10 up and down movements through there, really squeezing through your glutes and through your quads. To take that into a squat, what the common fault would be is when we do a squat, a lot of people put their knees forward and go down like that, which we don't want. We want to do what we just did on the floor, but really engage our glutes by putting our bum behind us. Okay, so it's a great precursor to doing a squat properly. Have a go at that one. Okay, what I'd like you to do is practice some lunges. Now to do these properly, a great way to start, if you're able to, is to actually position your knee on the floor and get a nice right angle. With the front leg too, making sure that we've got a nice right angle, and then with our hips nice and square, we then want to lift up from the back foot. So you'll notice I'm on my toes on the back foot, and I'm then going to drive through my hips, up, and that sets me up for the right position to then do a lunge from. So I'm down and I'm up and doing lunges. Now if you can't get the full way from the ground up, you can instead start at the top and just practice going down a little bit, up a little bit, and working from there. Okay, so that's your lunge position. Practice trying to do a couple of those each leg and then swap legs. Next exercise is a one-legged squat. Now for this exercise, we want to stand on one leg, work really hard on balancing, and then slowly but surely breaking from the hips, down and back up. That's one way you can do it. Otherwise, pretending that you're holding onto something, going down towards the floor and bringing it back up. Now if I'm going to do that exercise, I can do it at an easy level, medium or a hard level. Easy would be to go to knee. So if I stand here, I go down and I touch my knee and I come back up again. Medium level would be to go down to our shin and come back up again. And if we can do it extra hard and extra well and good, all the way down to the ground. So stabilising, touch the ground and bring it back up again. So picking the level that works for you, have a go at trying to build up your strength. The more you can do without having to take a foot and putting it back down on the ground to stabilise will get you better strength, better balance and more control as you progress through the movement. So I've got a quad stretch here. Now obviously if we can do it on our own, fantastic. If not, you might need to have a seat behind you, put your foot up and hold on to something and get a little stretch through the front of your leg. Or if you can actually lift your foot, hold that up and then try to minimise the V that's there by pushing forward through your hip. What you're then trying to do is keep your knees in close to each other, stand up nice and tall, and get a really good stretch down the front of your quad. So your hip flexors go across here, your quads are all the way down the front of your leg. The more we can stretch that open there, the more it allows us to have a little bit more of a straighter body, because a lot of us, because we sit down a lot, will curve down and crouch into that position. This is pushing us forward and enabling a nice straight positioning through our legs. So a quad stretch, trying to hold it for 10 seconds as an absolute minimum, but ideally 30 to 60 seconds would be ideal. We've got a hamstring stretch here that you can do standing. Now, one of the bad ways of doing a hamstring stretch is where we curve our whole body out and around, and we come down and we either touch our toes or work towards our toes. The way I'd like to teach you is one where if you do it, you don't have to get far at all, and it's just toes up, body up really tall, and chin up, and just a slow bend forward from the hips, and you'll notice that's as far as I need to go to get a really good stretch down the back of my leg. So I'll show you that again. Bad one, I can do that and get a stretch, but I can do a better one by holding here and just going that far forward. So have a go at that one. 30 to 60 seconds is a great little hamstring stretch that you can do standing. This is a groin stretch. So for this one, just stand astride, bend one leg, lengthen out the other leg, and you're trying to get a nice lengthening effect through your groin or your adductors, and hold that stretch down for 30 to 60 seconds. And of course, swap over, same deal, and hold that stretch there as well. Next exercise, one that you've done before, and it's a depression of your scapula. So, we have our shoulders that sit here. I'd like to see your shoulder blades, which sit in behind here, dropping down. So to repeat that, you're going to drop your scapula or shoulder blades down to the floor, and the best way to do that is to open your chest, chin up nice and tall, hands by your side, slowly lift up and slowly drop down. I'll do that from here now. Up with our shoulder blades, down with our shoulder blades, and trying to do 10 of those if you possibly can. What that does is it learns and teaches your muscles. Your upper trapezius are usually overactive, your lower and middle trapezius we're trying to get involved, and they're to drop down and get your chest open, your shoulders less stressed through your neck. They're called a depression of your scapula. Try and do 10 per day. So this next exercise is a retraction of your scapula, and that means pulling your shoulder blades together. Looking at the back of me, you'll notice the J for just in time and the E being the other end. I'm trying to drag those together. So with my hands out in front of me, I'd like to squeeze my shoulder blades together, and by squeezing them together, you're bringing your lower and middle trapezius into play, and again, ideally bringing the J and the E together, which gets those muscles firing. Great exercise to do out the front. I was trying to hold a box, so if I was doing it wrong, my arms would be going out and I've dropped the box, or nice and stable, just pulling in and squeezing between those shoulder blades, and that's a shoulder blade retraction, and I'd love you to try and do 10 of those a day. This one's a standing chest opener, and all I want us to try and do is get good posture, shoulders down, chin up, with our arms, open them out as far as we possibly can, and really get a nice opening stretch through our chest, shoulders, and in behind our back. And again, our tendency will want to be to push our head forward, try and keep the head up nice and straight, and just open out and get a really nice stretch through there. 30 to 60 seconds would be great. So for this stretch, I'd like you to open up one arm really, really high, the other one down low, and get a nice opening stretch all the way through the length of our body, up through our shoulders and arms, and down low here we're pulling in behind and getting a nice stretch around our shoulder blade. So it's just up, hold that for a little period of time, and then slowly but surely swap and do a few of those each side. Great. So this exercise can be done as an easy version, which is on your side on your knees, and a hard version will be out onto your feet. So my wife's trying to think she's pretty funny at the moment videoing this. Meanwhile, what I'm trying to do is lift up my bottom part of the hip, and either doing up and down motions or stabilising and holding still. So holding up such as that, you can just hold there for 10, 20, 30 seconds or more, or do 10 repetitions of going down, up, down, and up. Now what that's doing is getting your obliques and your core to stabilise you, and to do the harder version would be to straighten your legs. Hope I don't get hit by a wave here. On your straight legs is to lift yourself up, and again either hold for a period of time or repetitions of down, up, down, and up. Excellent. This exercise is for your lower back. It's called lower back raises, and what we want to try and do is literally just lift our upper body. So the extensors of our spine are being used, and a really good exercise to try and do 10 of those if you can. So again, up and down 10 times. This one's a lower back stretch. So we put our hands out by our sides, we lift up, we look up, and we just hold a nice stretch for 30 to 60 seconds all the way through our lower back. If you'd like to make that a little bit harder, go down, come up, and slowly bend one leg up. And then put that back down, go down, and try the other side. Okay? Now doing that one, you sometimes might feel a bit of a cramp in through your hamstring as you're doing so, but it's a great stretch to just practice getting that mobility and stretch and flexibility through your lower spine. So the next one's a plank. Now we can do this on our knees or on our toes, but when we do it, we want to make sure that we set ourselves up right. Too many people have their neck hunched or their back really, really arched. So what I'd like you to try and do first of all is come up onto your knees, play around with your pelvis and get that into the right spot. Relax your shoulder blades, look forward or down just comfortably, and then just hold that spot. Now that's the basic or the easier version on your knees. Then the harder version would be to do it on your toes. Now, if I do this straight away from my toes, I'll have a big massive arch in my back, which I don't want to have. So I need to make sure I start on my knees, fix this part, then when I'm ready, lift up and hold as such. That's a plank. Have a go at doing 10 seconds as a minimum, building it up for as long as you possibly can, but you should be feeling it in your core and your muscles throughout your body, but not your lower back. If it is, just stop and wait till you build up your strength and your ability to do longer, but actually targeting the right muscles. This one's called a bear hold. Now what we want to try and do is tuck our toes under, put our hands on the floor underneath our shoulders, and when we're ready, tucking through the toes, bracing our abdominals, we lift our knees just off the floor, okay? Just holding there is going to get a good bit of resistance work through our top half of our body. It's going to get our core engaged, and it's going to use our quads a lot. So that's called a bear hold. Try and hold that for 10 seconds through to 60 or more, and hope you enjoy. So this exercise is a hip lift. What I'd like you to try and do is lift your hips up, stabilise and have really good posture through here. And when you're ready, lifting one leg out directly in line with the other leg. We can hold that there, then if that's hard enough, just hold there. But if you can, bum to the floor, bum to the sky. Bum to the floor, bum to the sky. Now as you're doing that, you're going to use your hamstring on the leg that's supported on the ground, okay? And you're going to stabilise that through 10 repetitions if you can. And then the next version will be to move it into
hips up, one leg up, and taking that leg out to the side instead. Again, for 10-inch side if you can. And the third and last one is hips up, one leg straight, and now just take the leg down towards the floor and back up to where it started. Okay, so first version was to try and lift your bum up and down. Second level was to lift the leg out to the side. And the last version was to take the leg to the floor and bring it back up. If you can do 10, 10 and 10 of each of those on each side of your body, you've done really, really well. This next exercise is push-ups on your knees or your toes. So we want to get our hands in nice and close and stable, our body in a nice straight line from my knees, just literally lifting all the way up and all the way down. Okay, now if you can't go all the way down, start at the top, just go down to where you can and just work on your own range and have a go at those. If you can do them on your toes, tuck your toes under. Again, try and stabilise through every part of your body, lift yourself up, and then really controlled, down with your push-up all the way up. And once again, if you can't do the full range, just do a little range until you can build up your strength and get all the way through the full range if you can. This exercise is called a chin tuck. Now it's designed to strengthen the front of our neck or the back of our neck, depending on where we're weaker. Our head weighs around about 7 kilograms, so by doing this exercise, it's going to strengthen the support structures that hold our head in place, and ideally doesn't lead to poor posture by having a stooping or forward head position, or what's known as chin poke. So the exercise is done such as this. Lie down on the floor with bent knees. You first of all want to think about your chin tucking in as close as you can to the top of your chest, such as this. Okay, now a lot of people will lift their head at the same time to do that. What I need you to do is keep your head on the floor, tuck in, and then tilt your head up and around, i.e. part 1, part 2, keep it in tight, part 3, and part 4. So we're first of all squeezing in, we're lifting, we're keeping it tight and dropping and letting it back to where we started. Now, trying to do 5 to 10 of them is the aim. They're not easy the first time you've done them. You might actually get a little bit sore or get a little bit nauseous or a little bit of even a headache for the first 2 or 3 or 4 repetitions. So just do 1 or 2 or 3 the first time. You come through unscathed, that's all good and well. Then increase your repetition range. Don't do any more than 10 repetitions, but I hope that helps. So this exercise is just a seated row. Normally you do it in a gym with a resistance to pull against, but there's no reason why you can't do this at home and practice the movement pattern and still get some strength from it. So we stand up nice and tall. The idea is we want to strengthen in between exactly where the word just in time is on my back, just in that area there. And when we stand up nice and tall, we've got arms that we want to clench to engage our muscles, chin up nice and tall, and then just imagine you are pulling in something towards your body, your elbows in behind you and reaching back out again. So nice and controlled, chin up, body tall, row, reach out, row, reach out. Do 5, 10, 15 or 20 of those, and that's a seated row, or in this case we're standing, but it's a great little exercise to get some muscle strength in your upper back and lead to great posture. When we do it wrong, we'll use our neck, but hopefully by doing depression and retraction of your scapula, you're teaching your body to get into the right position and then engaging the right muscles and getting strong in your sort of middle to lower, or middle to upper back, but it's the area that's known as your middle and lower trapezius is where we're trying to target exactly. Have a go at that one and good luck. So the idea is, if you've got a wall or something that you can hold against, I'll use the flag at the moment, pretty much putting one leg in nice and close, the back leg we want to lengthen out and get a full stretch down the back of our leg, which is known as our calf. So imagining this was a wall or a bench or something to hold on to, put the heel into the floor firmly, hold it against the thing that you're pushing against and get a nice deep stretch, lengthening out your calf. Hold that for 30 to 60 seconds and there is a calf stretch.